Hey guys, it's me, my face. And you'll never guess what these are. Today's happy-ish dance is brought to us by Truly, Passion Fruit. Do recommend. If you're new here, my name is Andrea, and this is a channel about cross-stitching and thoughts, ideas, mental health, cats, scrapbooking, occasionally, not recently, hoarding, and other stuff. If you're a returning visitor, welcome back. This past week was another week that I surprised myself. I did not realize I had stitched as much as I had. I didn't feel like I had accomplished anything. But that's just my life, not just stitching. But I actually worked on 4 projects and seem to have made, let's call it some progress on all of them. Let's jump in. The first thing I worked on is Haunted Mansion. This is from Tiny Modernist. And I am, I was kind of hoping to be done this week, but I didn't. I stitched on it, but I didn't stitch very long. So I got the rest of the little stars and bats filled in up here. And then I started on the pumpkins and tombstones at the bottom. I seem to have lost the ability to backstitch at some point in my life. I remember distinctly backstitching like one stitch at a time and having that be reasonable looking. I can't do that anymore. So I actually stitched this vine twice. Once and it came out terrible, and then the next time where it came out, I'm leaving it. I'm leaving it. I think also it's because this is Aida, and you can do like half stitches and partial stitches on Aida, but my brain just wasn't working to do that last night, so I didn't. It's all gonna work out in the end. This has got to be a finish this week because I don't think I can handle stretching it another week. So it's just this bottom part and figuring out where to put my initials and the year. Part of me says put 2020 in now, and part of me says, girl, don't be that cocky. The next thing I worked on is the Roladex Mourning Sampler. This is from Bendy Stitchy, and I didn't do a lot. But I did just do more of that branch. Again, I did that branch twice because I wasn't paying attention and it went wrong somewhere. I don't know if it's just because that's all I've done so far. I don't like the brown in the branch because I just feel like it's too dark, but I'm gonna wait and see if the other colors filling in kind of tone it down a little. I will say that while I was stitching this, first of all, I stitched the branch 2/2. And the more I was staring at the weeping willow part, I'm like, I'm doing this 1/1. 2. Oh my god, sneezing, all kinds of things. I started stitching the branch 2/1 because this is Aida, and it looked too fat, too chunky. So I said, well, I must be doing 1/1. I didn't think that was true, but I picked it all out and I started to do it 1/1, and I clearly wasn't doing 1/1 because that was too little coverage. So then I had to pick that out and redo it in 2/1. And I remember putting this down and thinking, those stitches just look terrible. They look fat. I don't like them. Something's gone wrong. I've misunderstood this entire hobby, the whole thing. Now I'm looking at it. It looks fine. The stitches are fine. They're not too fat. They're fine. They're fine because it's 2/1. It's 16 count. Of course it's 2/1. So that was stressful. The next thing I worked on is Templar Prophecy. This is from Long Dog Samplers. And I'm going to get on the correct side of this. I made a lot of progress up in here. A lot of fill-in, a lot of extending where I had been. I don't have a whole lot more to say about that. I just got really quiet. Yeah, this is one of those projects that I dread. I dread it until I'm doing it, and then I want to stitch it all night until the crack of dawn and just keep going on it. And then once it's not in my hands anymore, I'm just like, ugh, it's not building up fast. It's not, you know, it's because I'm not stitching on it. Stitch on it and it'll build up. I think the next thing that I hit that has like an accent color in it, that will kind of give me a little boost. I don't know what that is. Yes, I do. The last thing that I worked on is Halloween at Hawk Run Hollow. This is from Carriage House Samplings. And I made some decent progress. I continued on down here and started with the little flame under the, where the cauldron would be. Yep, I got another cauldron coming. I finished her face, even though I might take that out and redo it. And then I did her little bat friend up there. I find myself swinging wildly between being really, really meticulous with this because it's such a big project and I want to be happy with it at the end, and eventually getting to the point in the night where I say I can carry that thread another 3 stitches because I'm going to. I went a little crazy on the back, but not terrible. It's not going to matter. It's not going to matter. It's going to be fine. It's not going to be finished this year. I know that, so I have no reason to rush. That's what I'm telling myself. And that is it. That's all the stitching I did this week. So, you know, more projects than I thought, but, you know, maybe I've been stitching in my sleep. Wouldn't that be kind of cool if we could stitch in our sleep? Get so much more done. I received some very generous Stitchy kindness this week. You may remember 1 or 2 videos ago I was questioning anybody who used the scroll rods with the clamps on them, so it was kind of like a cross between a scroll rod and a Q-snap, and how they felt about them and things like that, because I was thinking about buying them. And a lovely lady named Holly reached out and said, you know, I have them, I didn't enjoy them, but, you know, you're welcome to try them. And, you know, it'll get them out of my house and you won't have to pay for something that you decide you don't want. So I agreed, and she sent me the sweetest care package. There's so many goodies in here, not the least of which was a lovely letter that she wrote. She shares a lot of herself, and I'm thankful for that. She's just a very generous soul, and she's very interesting. So I want to thank Holly for the following. First were the scroll rods that I was talking about. These are the, they have a name. I know they have a name. Hold please. Are you really? Oh, now it's everywhere. That's fine. Okay. The name is not on here. It's somewhere where you can find it, and I will give these a shot this week and see how they go. She also included a Stitch and Scroll split dowel ratchet frame, which just, you throw the word ratchet at me and I'm in. I feel like I have seen this before, like at Michael's or Joann's, but it was plastic, so I didn't think really anything of it, which is weird because Q-snaps are plastic, but you know. So it's never been opened, so I'm going to give this a shot as well. You never know what you're going to end up liking. She included this lovely blue fabric. I haven't I haven't tried to measure it to figure out what count it is, but it's maybe, could be a 28 count, could be a little higher. But it's blue, and I don't often stitch on blue, and I should. I mean, I have a lot of holiday, Christmas things that I want to get through. Laura, Stitchy Godmother, sent me a whole bunch of like ornaments and things to do, which would probably look really nice on a nice icy blue. And now I have it. This was completely unexpected. Apparently she ended up with 2 of these. This is Fable's Cat and Cook. It's a owl, what is it? Owl Forest embroidery. It's a kit. It's Owl Forest. I don't have any of these. I only envy people who have them, and now I have one. And I'm going to think about switching the colors in that kitty and make it look like my Soxy. I think that would be nice. And the last thing in the box, or things in the box, are the absolute cutest towels I have ever seen in my life. And they are all kitty related, so don't tell me what to do. And I do what I want. You know, I'm looking at these and I can't quite tell if they're hand done or not. Like, or maybe like machine. I don't know if she, Holly, did you make these? Did you make these? Because they're really cool. This is me. Go away. I'm introverting. And this reminds me of my Dante. Social distancing expert. Yes, ma'am. So these are adorable. I need to think of the best way to put them out, use them, display them, do whatever it is I'm going to do. I don't know, maybe I should just stitch them into a quilt or something. That yellow. But these are adorable, and I can't wait to put them out somewhere. So I thank you, Holly. You have brightened my week in a way that I really needed. It was so nice to actually interact with somebody in the outside world who I'm not working with, you know, and it makes me feel a little more normal when I can interact with people and email back and forth. It does, you know, it kicks up my anxiety, but it's something that if I can get past the anxiety, I really enjoy. So thank you. I mentioned a couple of weeks ago that I was itching to do a bit of a giveaway. I have 13 Salem postcards of various types and styles and whatnots that I am going to send out to 13 lucky people. If you would like a postcard, do not make a comment mentioning postcards or anything like that. That's not how Mama does it. There is a Google form that is linked in the description. I'm pointing down because I think it's still down, but if you're on a mobile device, you may have to poke around. It's just a Google form that asks for your basic name, email address, mailing address. You don't have to give your mailing address when you're entering the contest. If you feel better about just waiting and seeing if you win, and then I'll just email you and ask you for it, that is absolutely fine. But if you want to put your address in, it makes it just a little quicker to get your postcard off to you. So please, if you are interested in a postcard, head over there after you're done with the video and sign up. A note to people, there is a field there that says, I forget what it says, but it has something to do, it's your YouTube name. And in parentheses it says it's the name that appears when you make a comment. So it's your account name. It's not your channel name, because I get a lot of people who enter in, I don't have a channel. And technically you do. Everybody who is logged into YouTube has a channel. You just don't, you haven't uploaded anything, or you don't choose to do anything with it. But the fact that you have a login means you do actually have a channel. But the reason I ask for the YouTube name is because that's the name that I'm going to announce as a winner. And so if your actual name is Mary Beth and somebody else's login name is Mary Beth, and I say Mary Beth won, it might not be you. It's the YouTube username. So that's what I ask for there. If you don't put anything in there, or if you put something else in there, it's not going to break anything. Nothing's going to happen. It just makes things a little clearer. We've had a much better week with Dante this week. She's eating more and more each day. I mean, once in a while we hit something that she's picky, so every once in a while we hit something that she doesn't want to eat. But, you know, she'll come at it again an hour later and annihilate it. So she's been doing a lot better. She's also gotten very vocal, which I'm reading is normal. She's very demanding for attention, which I'm reading is also normal, because she's trying to get used to being the only cat in the house. And she's kind of getting the chance to assert herself now. And so, you know, it's like having a new little kitty sometimes, because she's just doing things that I'm not used to her doing. It's all right. I'm just recording a video. Don't you worry. But yeah, she's doing better. And I guess so are we. It's been a rough couple of weeks with my depression. I also for the past week have been dealing with the worst sciatica I think I've ever had. You know, usually it's just that, you know, one side and it kind of gets down into your knee and it's sore and uncomfortable, but you can function. This was hitting both sides at the same time. I couldn't, like, once I laid down, I couldn't move. I was like a turtle, just sort of, you know, flopping about. Couldn't bend down, had trouble feeding Dante, had trouble cleaning out the litter box. It was just pretty miserable. And I kind of finally found the balance between the heating pad and the Aleve, and it seems to be doing better. It's still not gone. I still make awful noises when I go to sit down or stand up or lay down or move or anything, but at least I can get past it to stand up and to get down to take care of her and things like that. So that was really draining on me, kind of emotionally, and it kicked up a lot of I guess the word is kind of hopelessness and the kind of the why bothers. I mean, I couldn't wash the dishes because I just couldn't lean forward like that. Brushing my teeth got, you know, tiring because I just couldn't lean forward to brush my teeth. So there were more and more days that I just really wanted to just stay in the bed. And I mean, luckily, I say, it couldn't because I have to work. But you know, I was laying here and I work there. So it's not like I was making a whole lot of progress. And I would keep saying, you know, today I'm going to take the laptop and I'm going to go downstairs and I'm going to work on the couch and I'm going to be comfortable and I'm going to do this. And I never did any of those things. I just sat in the chair and plowed through the workday until I could log off and, you know, not feel guilty about it. It's hard. I still trust my medication because it does keep me functioning. But it's hard when there's pain that you can't pinpoint. And it's tough to, you know, it's almost kind of like the sciatica. I don't know if you've ever had it. The pain never seems to be where you're feeling it. Like, you know, if your knee hurts, you rub your knee and it doesn't feel any better. But you put a heating pad on your back and your knee starts to feel better. It's nebulous and it's gray, and that's what, look, see, I'm not even wearing black today, I'm wearing gray. It's like symbolic or something. That's what I've been a lot lately, is gray. So, I need to perk myself up. I need to send out some postcards to my friends. Oh, and I didn't show you. Look at the stamps. These are not postcard stamps, but I wanted to show you the stamps. Look at the spooky stamps. How cool are they? So now I need to, you know, mail things so that I can use my spooky stamps. So yeah, I just have to do things that, I don't know, re-engage me with the outside world. Because I don't get a lot of that right now. Alright guys, I think that's about it for this week. As always, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for your likes and even your dislikes. And thank you so much for your comments. I read them all, and I am working through all of the ones from the past few weeks. I'm moving a little slowly because most of them are about my Soxy, and it's been just a little difficult, so I am getting through them, but I thank you. And I will talk to you soon. Bye guys.